morning. Oh, I think I spent a pretty decent night. I don't think it froze. I think it's actually a nice day out today again, so it's pretty sweet. I should probably get my butt up. So well behaved. Not bad, you know. Could be better, but it sure could be worse. More ridiculousness. All right, my God. Canadian Rockies Trail Guide talks about one iceberg that's hanging off the side of this mountain. So probably 20 years ago it was one. Now it's broken up into a lot of pieces. And it used to be close enough to the lake that little pieces would break off and float in the lake. Hence an ice floe. So the name, Floe Lake. Very similar to Berg Lake up by Mount Robson. You got that massive iceberg that pushes down towards the lake. That iceberg, glacier, it breaks off pieces into the lake and makes little icebergs. Hence the term, Berg Lake. Got the eating area to myself. Everyone got up early and went to see the sunrise. I've been super interested in that. I tend to get a lot of sunrises from my work, because of my work. But means I can give you a cheers. Ridiculous place. So worth it. Ooh, still a little too hot, but cheers. Oh yeah. Well, all done my breakfast. Most of the other campers have already retired to their tents to pack up. There's one couple sitting over here on the rocks. I've decided, I've already been to Numa campground and I know that there's nothing really to do there. So I might as well use what extra time I have today to explore around here a bit more. So, yesterday I wandered down here. I found a ledge going this way, probably built by outfitters back in the day. I went over, I sat on the rock that's about there-ish. And I think I can probably get all the way around here, and then I can walk around. There's a whole lot of just flat rock there. I can get up and close and personal with this glacier. So yeah, let's go do a bit of exploring before I run out of here. This first part's easy. There's an old trail that's been carved out, beaten down, going down to the end of the lake, which I believe is the original trail away from this lake and down the valley. All right, you can see the old ledge here that was built. Let's see if I can follow it all the way around these moraines. I mean, all I need is one bad rock slide to have completely wiped it out and made it impossible for me to cross, but let's see what happens. All right, there's the boulder I was sitting on yesterday, so now I push on into new territory. Hasn't been super easy. You can see anywhere there's the dark stuff, that stuff's always moving, right? Whenever there's water coming down. And so this has covered up some of that ledge. Now it looks okay. See, you can see just a little bit of dark stuff peeking in, but I think I'm past most of it for now. I don't know why more people don't do this. I mean, yeah, I mean, going out to the parking lot from here is 10 kilometers, which is really not that much, and a whole bunch of descent. I mean, people be done at 2 o'clock, so why not go exploring, you know? Lots of time. Oh my God, look at this. I broke through. When you look from the other side, it looks like you gotta work your way all along here. Well, no, not really. So this is a separate little terrain from Floe Lake, which you can't see unless, like, I went up on a bench over here. I'm sure you can see it from Numa Pass, right? Cool. All right, well, walk around in here. I mean, hell, look at the cool rocks and stuff. You can imagine being here when this house-size boulder came down off this thing. It would, the noise would probably shatter your eardrums. My God. Well, I definitely got up close and personal with this bad boy. Sheesh. You can hear water flow coming out of this. You know, one thing I hadn't thought about yesterday is there is like 5 sources of water coming in here. One of them is a pretty energetic stream over by the cabin, and I saw no outflow at all. I just walked through over there. It's all like underground or something. It goes subterranean. That's kind of cool. It must be a lot of subterranean flow. Ugh. Jesus. Oh boy. This is not the super safest place to hang out, but yeah. Even this close, it's a game of Where's Waldo. You're gonna have a hard time finding moving rocks. I wrote my name in the snow like a giant dork. Hey man, it'll be gone in no time, so I don't mind doing that. You write your name on a picnic table, or carve it, no less. You're subjecting everyone to look at it for how many decades, you know? On the sand and the snow, yeah, you know. Well, I thought about walking all along here, underneath all this stuff, and then maybe walk back on here, so circumventing this entire cairn, but I don't know, that sounds like it's a lot of rock walking. Even walking down this, and I'm not going to change my view a whole lot, right? So I think I'll call her. I think I've subjected my feet to enough rock walking for one morning. And I'll climb up 300 meters to Numa Pass, and then it's a big descent down to Numa Campground. This trail is not a whole lot of distance. It is all about those passes, man. Climb, climb, climb. So 700 meters to this one, and then another 300 meters to Numa Pass. So 1,000 meters to kind of start off from this end. And then tomorrow is climbing up to Tumbling Pass, which is another massive climb. Oh, it's just so awesome here. How could I not spend another couple of hours exploring, looking around? Weather has broken up a little bit. There's more blue sky than there was. This thing is making its own little weather. I got my wish. Floe Lake in nice weather. 2 days even. I mean, this was the primary objective for this whole hike. I mean, this is the only campground I haven't seen yet. So this is just unbelievable. I'm so happy right now. It just blows my mind. Where does the water go? There's a lot of water in this lake. Like coming in. There's a lot of water coming into this lake. It'd be like a little whirlpool or something. It's all perfectly still. It's like it's just gonna fill up a reservoir. It goes out someplace. Just came out for one more look at the lake, and I think I gave some people some ideas, because now we got a bunch of people walking down here. That's funny. Yeah. All you need is one person to lead the way. I mean, they would have seen me in my orange jacket walking all along here and going right up to this thing. What a place. Alrighty. Went and hung out by the lake, and I ended up chatting with people for like half hour, 45 minutes. Having problems leaving. It's so nice here. All right. Yeah, one last look at the cabin. There's already people arriving from Numa. Damn. Climbing has commenced. This is actually a nice part, and it was a pretty steep part right off the start. I'm gonna go check out this. I think it's just fencing, but you know, little something. Old corral, I guess. Cabins like, oh, actually I can see the roof. All right, so I guess it's not that far away. They don't use horses anymore. I haven't seen horse scat even that's like a year or two old. I've seen absolutely zero horse scat. So such nice open country here. So many larches. It's awesome. Delightful. Huh. If you like larches, man, come do this in September. My God. Look at this. This is larch overload. Ah, boy. This ultralight stuff. That's not cool at all. I mean, that's the strap. You know, once that goes, what am I supposed to do with this thing? Oh, God. I mean, this thing was designed for 30 pounds. I think I've come right up to that a few times. Maybe been over by a few pounds, but still, like, come on. Just before this backpack, I sent my duplex tent back to Z-Packs, hoping they'll fix it or do something about it, because that thing had a bunch of holes in it after 12 days. 12 days. And now I got a strap tearing. I might be sending this back to ULA. What a pain in the ass. What the hell, man? Phew. Apparently I'm sitting at about 2241 meters, and the pass is 2350. It's definitely gotten a little crappier out here. There's no more peak on this, but the wind is up. Well, this looks like some kind of little lookout. What do we got? Even goes down there. Okay, nice and easy. Nice and easy. Maybe this is a breakaway trail to go and climb Numa Mountain. I don't know. This is pretty much the first time I've seen a lake since I started climbing. It is nice to see the progress. The tarn looks pretty big from up here, doesn't it? You can barely see the lake itself. Very nice. Almost got her beat. Phew. Hell of a climb to this pass from the trailhead. 1,000 meters. Not sure if this is considered Numa Pass or not. Quite nice. I know some people are heading up this thing for a little fun. I don't think I'm going to do that. It is kind of chilly up here, honestly. And the weather's not looking super duper promising. So I should probably get out of the pass. Okay, I wasn't at the pass yet. Here it is here. Alrighty, goodbye Numa Pass. Definitely had to get out of that wind. I am glad I'm not hiking it the other direction because the wind is right in their faces. That would not be a good time. That was super fun, even just having it at my back. Anyway, down in the trees now. Pretty much escaping the wind. I think I might just go to the top of this hill over here and just take a break. Oh, nice. It just kind of came out of nowhere. It's that perfect little babbling sound I like. This is a pretty nice hike down, got to say. Large trees, open forests. And if I want to have a bit of a view, all I got to do is climb up a little bit. Yeah. Oh, yeah, let's see here. I think I spotted it. No, I can't see it. Come on, I know I saw that. I know I saw. Can't escape me. What am I, nuts? Where did it go? Jeez, why is it so well hidden? I had to actually back up onto the trail and look. And it's like, yeah, there it is. I was walking around in here. Yeah. There's one random little hidden camp. I think they were just having a break because this is not a camp spot. Right on the edge. Look at this stuff here, just clinging to the rocks. Wow. Cool. One thing that's a little bit sad about this is that I've explored up into Rockwall twice already. And so, of the next 3 days, I mean, once I'm done today, once I get down to Numa Creek campground, the next 3 days I have seen 2. So only one I'm gonna see something new. But, I mean, I wanted to see I wanted to do the whole traverse, the whole thing. And the only way to actually see everything I hadn't seen yet was to do the whole thing. So, yeah, you know, that's how she goes. Nice little spot for a break. It's neat to watch the sun spots that come through the clouds just move across. All right, sometimes they're a little small, sometimes they're just a little hole. You can see it just like racing across the trees. Yeah. Moving pretty fast. It's supposed to be probably some rain tonight, so that's kind of pretty. Remember that edge I was standing at? This trail just switchbacks right down it. Like one after the next. This would be a pretty relentless climb, that's for damn sure. Yeah, don't get too many views of this, might as well take advantage. And zoom in. You can see there's a snow cave right at the bottom. Well, already thinking ahead. Tomorrow is a second big ass climb. And the day after that, I think it's not too much of a climb at first. There's a little bit of up and down, like Limestone Peak and stuff. So anyway, getting a little bit ahead of myself. You know, this trail does have its little charms. Obviously, I appreciate the nice little creek coming down. It's getting fuller of water. Yeah. Broken down old bridge. Not entirely needed anyways. Ugh. Sun's starting to come out, starting to be a little bit more blue sky around. Someone did say that there is rain expected tonight, which would mean that for the second time out of two, I would be pushing my way through a lot of foliage on the way to Tumbling Pass, which, as I just inferred, I already did once, and that gets you soaked, right? Yeah, well, whatever happens, happens. Not bad, you know, it's too bad another fire went up Numa. This thing's been afflicted by a few different fires, like this whole valley has. But, yeah. Oh, wow. I've been hearing this thing for a while, but didn't think I was actually going to see it. Not bad. See if I get a little closer, a better view. Not bad at all, you know. I've seen my fair share of waterfalls. Cool. Ugh. Not bad, man. Now we go through an open area, and we got some pretty nice views here. The avalanche slope like piled the trees up here nicely, almost creepily. Not bad at all, man. I mean, I know this is most people's least favorite leg of the rock wall, but I don't think it's bad. Big cuff's going the other direction. that's for sure. Another waterfall. It's funny with this trail. I think I think it's gotten more interesting as I've gone down. That's usually not the case. It's usually the opposite. Today was a different day as far as traffic. Yesterday, I'm sure I encountered 40-day hikers going to Floe Lake. You know, there's larches and oh yeah. Today, there was that guy wandering behind me a little bit, who I left behind at the pass. I think he was a day hiker. But I've seen 8 people come the other direction, backpackers. 4 parties of 2. So, yeah, it's definitely not anywhere near as crowded, that's for damn sure. Very nice. They got some walkways. There's some muddy parts. I almost get the sense that they're more thinking about protecting the moss than the mud. Yeah, it goes for a little bit on this one. So, as probably most of you know, I did the escape trails last year. That was a backpack, a 3-day backpack. So I walked up Numa, went over Tumbling Pass, and then walked out on Tumbling Creek Trail. And the beauty of this trail, Rockwall, is, like, I recommend it for September. Aside from the larches, every single camp spot you can get out in one day. All right, so you wake up to a foot of snow, that's okay. There's a trail out of here. Every single spot. So it's good. I think that's a great trail for September, right? Absolutely. Second bridge. This looks super familiar. I saw this out on, where was it? On the David Thompson Heritage Trail. One of these metal bastards was washed up on the river. It was an old bridge. That's funny. So this is what it looks like. Wow. Where did you come from? This looks like a nice bridge too. All right, 350 meters to go. I've really got get-there-itis at this point. I want to fix up this stupid backpack with duct tape as best I can. Hopefully it'll be okay for 3 more days, right? Make sure I take a picture and send a little email to ULA and see what they have to say about it. Alrighty. As usual, my first place I'm going is to the food area to get rid of my food. Well, that's an interesting tent. And also, I want to eat. Forgot you're gonna have fires here. Sweet. Okay, so it's been a very interesting evening. I arrived at camp. I went and sat around the fire. Went and set up my tent. Went back to the fire. It was almost night, and we could hear what sounded like an avalanche, right? Just rocks hitting each other. You know, the usual thing, which honestly, we heard one earlier tonight, so not a big deal. And then it got closer and closer, and we're thinking, and we can see trees falling. Like, you know, like, what the hell is happening? And we actually all got up from around the fire, and one guy was like, take cover. And we're all looking around going, okay, is there a tree coming for us? You know, what's happening? I look across from the fire pit, like across the creek where all the tents are, and I can see trees going down. Like I saw at least 2 or 3 of them go down personally. So now we're thinking that literally a legit avalanche rolled through camp. And so that's why the trees were going down. So go running across the creek, make sure everyone's okay. Other people went running down to the creek from the camp because there's trees falling around them, right? They're freaked out. And it turned out to be a wind event. At least that's what I think it was. A bunch of trees went down. It wasn't an avalanche. And you could just hear this wind event, this downburst, screaming down the mountain and taking trees with it. That's what it was. Sounded like a genuine avalanche. And right away people are like, okay, we can't stay here. What's going on? And we look around. I guess one girl, you know, her tent got a little bit pierced by a branch. But that's it. So none of the sites were affected. One group was also saying a couple of trees beside them went down. We figure at least 8 to 10 trees went down. Probably a few of them inside, like right in the tenting area. Right? So kind of a freaky event. And, you know, it's also kind of raining, so a lot of discussion happened. Some parties, like some girls, they just moved their tent down to, you know, away from where the trees had gone down, just to make themselves, you know, a little bit of peace of mind. A bunch more people decided to leave. So 9 people are now walking down the Numa Creek Trail in the dark. It's not raining right now. It hasn't rained much since the event. It rained for like half hour after the event, but then it stopped. So hopefully it'll be fine, right? I hope they're okay. Another thing happened. I ran into another YouTuber, one that I've run into before, Tyler Blaney. So for the second time, I run into him out on trail. What a fluke. The first was at Mystic Pass. I was doing the Sawback Trail. Yeah, and he and his 2 buddies who were out here, they're part of the group of 9 who walked out. So I will get in touch with him. Hopefully everyone's okay. That trail is not a total cakewalk, right? It's some of it's on, you know, the trail has been cut into the side of like a ridge, like up above the creek a bit. And so you have to be able to figure that out in the dark. And hopefully it hasn't rained too much down there. And, you know, a little bit of mud. So, yeah. So there really wasn't any good options. To me, the best one was to stay here. That doesn't happen around here very often. Otherwise, there wouldn't be any trees standing. So it already happened once tonight. And, you know, it'd be an insane fluke if it happened again. So, yeah. It has been an evening. And I've been sitting around the fire with, we got the fire going again after the rain stopped. Just trying to like calm the adrenaline down a little bit, but I'm not sure how much it worked. Anyway, the things that can happen. It was kind of scary. Trees falling all over the place. It's quite the sound, and you're just watching, trying to figure out if you need to dive in one direction or another, right? And then as soon as you figured out you were okay, it's like, okay, there's like 25 people camped here. Is everyone all right? You know, let's figure this out. And everyone was. So hopefully everyone walks out here nicely and carefully, and nothing happens. No one slips, goes sliding down the bank down to Numa Creek. Yeah. All right, well, it's quite the punctuation on the day. I'm going to try and sleep now. I'm not sure how successful I'll be. Good night.